Hello, I'm Lucia and today I'm sharing my tarot and oracle card decks that I have modified. I either trimmed them or I edged them or both, trim and edge. So I'm just going to share with you quickly, my decks. I have quite a few here. I think I got them all. I have some on the table, some next to me. So I'm going to start with the Druid Tarot. And this is, most of you know this tarot deck is the artworks by Worthington. I'll put all the information in the description box below. This deck is gorgeous, and it had a white frame around it. It had a white border and a beautiful frame and a beautiful font. And I decided to trim the whole thing down. And the only thing to keep in mind is if you trim the titles, the symbols wind up a little bit lower in the back. So if that's something, that bothers you, that's something to consider. So I really love how the cards came out. I believe I used a small corner rounder on here. The artwork in this tarot deck is gorgeous. And even though I trimmed it, because the reason why I trimmed it is because it was such a large deck, even though I loved the borders and I love the font on the titles, and some of the major arcana are named different. They changed the names of the arcana, like some of the major arcana. So like the Emperor is called the Lord, and Judgment is called Rebirth, and Temperance is called the Featherlid. So it is beautiful. This is Judgment, or Rebirth in this card. It is gorgeous. I love the colors. It's so airy, so earthy, and I love the way the colors pop without the borders. And just so you know, there is nudity on these some of these cards that I will be showing today. So just gorgeous. I love this Hermit card. I love the colors. And I really am happy with the way it came out. And as you can see, my hand, like this was bigger. And it's still a nice size after I trimmed it. So, and then what I did was I did edge this. First I didn't. I used a scissor too for this. So it's not 100%, it's not 100% straight. So all of my tarot decks that I have trimmed, I used a scissor for, and I think next time I do it, I'll do it a different way. But it's not too bad for my first deck. And when I trimmed this, the borders were pretty even. So all I did was follow for this deck only the borders, and I was able to get like a really nice even as possible by hand trimmed deck compared to my other ones, so which you will see shortly. And I decided to edge it in a gold, and it kind of it doesn't look like very shiny gold, and I kind of like that because I was going for like an antique kind of a look as far as the edging went, and it looks almost like a shimmery champagne color, but it was a marker, and I do like how it looked. But the funny thing about this was that when I first did edge it, I usually when you edge your decks, you connect with them. And what happened was it was the opposite. I edged it, and then I kind of was like regretting it, and I kind of had a disconnection with it. I wasn't resonating with the readings. I wasn't resonating with the deck anymore. And then I just put it aside for a bit, came back to it, and now it's beautiful. I'm connected with it again. I love it. It feels good, and it's a great cardstock to trim, I have to say too. I love how it feels even after I trimmed it. So the next one I'm going to show you is the Thoth Tarot. This is the third one that I have. I have the regular size one, I have the large one, and this is the second large one. It comes in the green box, and this is by Aleister Crowley, artwork by Lady Frieda. And this was a large tarot deck, and what I did was I trimmed the white borders, and it also came out pretty okay for me. For you guys, you might think it's horrific, but wait till you see my really bad one, then this will look just perfect. But anyway, I just trimmed this, and I used with a scissor, and I used the large corner rounder for this because I wanted more of a squarish kind of a less rectangular look, because I think when you use like a corner rounder that is smaller, it gives you more of a it changes the whole shape of the card. And I really like the way it went with this card with this type of artwork. I kind of wanted it to look wider, and I really loved the way it came out. And I use my other ones, the ones with the borders mostly. This has become my go-to #1 tarot deck. I really love it, and I trimmed the cards more for studying it, more for studying so that the colors pop and the artwork pops. I do have to say, the last one I ordered, because this is the large one, the last one I ordered from this green box was a little bit different. So they did change the cardstock and they changed the colors a bit. It's a little lighter, the colors, which is, I think there is an edition of this deck with like little lighter colors. So I'm not sure which was the original print of this deck or edition. Like, I don't know if this is more closer to the original or if the other brighter, deeper colors are. So, but either way, it's gorgeous because there's so much color that no matter if it's brighter or less brighter, it's still beautiful because there is so much color and so much symbolism in this tarot deck. So I really wanted one without just showing the artwork, you know, without any words, without any borders. Just from studying. And, you know, I do pull this out sometimes, but I mostly do use the ones that are not modified. I'm not sure if I want to edge this deck. Sometimes I think about it. I'm not sure if I want to do yellow, brown, or maybe like a light blue or a green or earthy color. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with this. Sometimes I think about red. I don't think I want to do multiple colors. I think right now I'm just leaving it the way it is. And then the next one I want to show you is this this tarot deck from an Etsy shop called CraftsCardStore or CraftsCardStore on Etsy. I got this a long time ago, like a few years ago. I'm not sure if they have this deck there anymore, but it's a black, beautiful black RWS deck with this beautiful pink, bright pink art on here, and I love the contrast. And I use this sometimes for Halloween. I don't really use this a lot only because I love it. I don't use it a lot only because I've just been using like the Thoth and my other ones, you know. But this is a deck that sometimes I'm like, I should pull it out and use it because it's beautiful. Like I love the contrast. I love it. And so what I did with this was I edged it in black, and I do love matte black edging. It's probably my favorite edging on decks. So if they come like that, I'm already drawn to a deck if they come like that, especially if it's a readable, and I'm attracted to the artwork and the backs, of course, and the cardstock. But I really love how it looks, and you know, because it was white and that really stood out. But I do have to say, I used a water-based marker, and I bought it in Michael's, and don't remember the name of it, but when I shuffle this deck, I do get it on my hands. So just to be careful, depending on what markers you're using, that sometimes they do still, they can rub off on your hands. So just to make sure you look at your hands before you handle like another deck that's white maybe, and you don't want to, like, you know, get that transferred onto something else. So let me just wipe my hands before I touch my other light deck. So this one, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. This one has white borders around it, and I decided to cut them off. I did this by hand, also with scissors. Not too bad, but not perfect. And it does shuffle well. All of these cards shuffle well, even if they're not perfect, and that's very important for me. But so I decided to cut all the white borders off, and I'm very happy the way this went. What I did was I saw online, I don't know if it was videos and pictures, like it just kept coming up, like this deck all trimmed, and I'm like, I have to trim this deck. And I knew it. Like, I think when I ordered it, like I had ordered it, and I knew that as soon as it came, I was going to be trimming that night. So, and I used a corner rounder. I think this is medium, I'm not sure. I think it's the medium-sized corner rounder, because I think this one is small. Yes, that's medium, and this is large. So, yeah. And I'm very happy that I did it. I love the way it came out. I'm not sure about edging. I thought for sure I was going to edge this either in blue or red, but I haven't done it yet, and I may keep it like this. so far. So I love it. It's a great reader, and I love that the keywords are still on here. Beautiful deck, and I really love how the colors pop also as well. So far all of these have a lot of color, the ones that I trimmed. The next one I'm going to show you is Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti. I love Ciro Marchetti. There's some magic in his artwork with or his oracle cards and tarot decks. But what I did with this, I left, you know, the borders on. This oracle card does not have keywords on it. It has numbers, and it has a guidebook as well. And this card it's a big size, but I don't mind it. It's an oracle deck, and I learned how to shuffle it and work with it. I don't want to trim it. But I decided to edge it. So I didn't know what colors to do. I was going to do red. I was going to do, I didn't know if I wanted to do blue, purple, you know, black. I was thinking all these things, you know, all these ideas, match one of these. So what I decided to do was I used Crayola water-based markers for these. I did I went by the numbers. So all the odd numbers are in red, edged in red, and all of the even numbers are edged in orange, because I wanted the colors of the root chakra and sacral chakra for these for this deck. So when you shuffle it, you get this effect, and I don't know if you can see it, you know. So depending on how I shuffle it, you get this where, depending on where the colors go, you get like an effect of like two different colors there, and I really love how that works out. And this deck is just beautiful. It's so intuitive. His artwork is like magic. It is beautiful. And, you know, and I like the way it looks. There's almost like a little red glow there, and the colors kind of match a little bit the artwork, because there's a lot of reds in here. There's a lot of, you know, it's just gorgeous. So colorful and magical, and the colors just pop and glow. I love this deck. I love that there's a black border around there. Very happy with the way that came out. Let me fix my beads there. I don't know if you can see them or not. Okay, so the next one, where's the box for this? The Enchanted Forest. This is the Tarot of the Enchanted Forest. Let's say that again. Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Lunaea Weatherstone. Illustrated by Meraylah Allwood. This is, I've had this for a while. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. I've had this tarot deck for a while, but I should take it out more often. I don't use it a lot just because I use all the other ones, but it is stunning. It's beautiful. It's earthy. It's gorgeous. It makes me feel good when I look at it. And I love how it came out, the edging. So what I did with this is a borderless deck. Gorgeous. I decided to edge it in green, and I saw somebody doing like multiple colors, and I decided to do that. So what I decided was I'm going to do darker green on the corners and lighter green on the middle. I wasn't sure if I wanted to reverse that. So what I did when I edged this first was I first did the lighter color. So first I took the lighter green. I'm not sure if I did this with Crayola or if it was that other set of crayons, and they were border-based markers. I did a lighter green first because I didn't want to do it the other way around, because I didn't want the light color marker to get like the dark. I didn't want to mess up my light marker with the dark color and get, you know, have that smeared come off and onto my light marker. So I did the light color first. I just went, like, I didn't measure anything. I just, like, by eye, I took each card with the back facing me, and I just did the light color here, just, you know, by eye, and then here, like just in the middle, you know, like a nice good part of the middle. And then I edged the corner like 2 or 3 times with a darker marker, with the darker green. And I like the way it came out. Like, I like the way it looks. And that's what I did with this. And this is also a very colorful, beautiful, gorgeous, earthy, grounding deck. I mean, it makes me feel good. I mean, look at this. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, oh, this deck, they also changed the names of the cards, the suits. So, it's something else to get used to, but it's just gorgeous. I think I got all the ones on the table. The next one is the Tarot of Nefertari, the Scarabeo deck. I love this deck. I use it. Very readable. It has the gold foiling on it, and what I had to edge this in black, you know, because first of all, it's nice because if this is a thinner card stack, so sometimes when you shuffle these, they kind of start to chip, and when you edge it in black, it kind of it gives it more life. I feel like it helps with that, with the chipping. And you can see that I use it because I'm not sure if you can see these little spots here. That you can see that I use this deck. I try to be gentle with it, but you know, and this side I think has it even more. You can see that I really use this deck. But I love how it came out. The black edging, it just gives it like a richer color, and the gold foil, it just stands out. It's so beautiful. I love, you know, it's got that black matte edging that I really, really love. And this deck, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's thin cardstock, but it's nice. It shuffles well. It reads well. It's like beautiful deck. It's a great reader. I was surprised by how great this one reads. But I love how the edging came out in this one. So let me just put that back gently in the box so I don't scratch my cards. I don't know if you guys do the same thing. Okay, so I'll put that on the side. The next one is the Steampunk Art Nouveau Tarot, also Lo Scarabeo, and beautiful, colorful deck, right? So I decided to do this in brown, and what I did was I think I used the same marker. I did lighter, like 1 or 2 passes here, and then 3 passes with the dark brown. I don't think it was 2 separate colors. I just went over the corner a little bit darker, almost give it like a burnt out look on the edge, or like a, not rusty, but like an old, something that's old or burnt. I don't know, like I was going for some kind of a look, and I like the way it came out. It's like a little lighter here and darker there on the sides, and this is, I love the colors, and I love how the brown goes. I don't remember if this one does come off on my hand, so it's not Crayola, it's the other watercolor marker that I use. So I do get this on my hands when I shuffle it. This is another deck that I want to work with more. I don't use this every day, only because I go to my other ones, and it's very colorful. It is gorgeous. But sometimes some of the cards I have to like stop and look, like, and say, oh, is this card or that card? Because the colors are very it's very colorful, and the colors are the same. So sometimes the card, I'm like, is it this or that? So but if I work with this every day, I will know what it is, and I don't have to like pause to make sure I'm not reading it the wrong way. So that's but this is on my list of decks to work with more because it's gorgeous. It just has it's just beautiful. It has another energy to it. Next one is the Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine, and artwork by Steve A. Roberts. This is one that I've had this for a long time. I've had this from when I started to read tarot, and I didn't pull this out a lot, but I'm pulling it out more now. I just started to pull this out now. This is this I edged it with those watercolors. It's not Crayola, and they're scented. So this one smells like blueberries. Yeah, even though I sent it because it's in the box, so it didn't like air out. But I did this a nice blue, and I love the way it came out. And this is a very colorful and it's beautiful. The air signs have unicorns, and the water sign is it's by elements, and it's just gorgeous. And I love the blue because it's just, I mean, the box is blue, and blue is like, I'm sensory, like I have sensory, or, you know, sensitive sensory issues sometimes, like, and this, it just makes me feel good. Like the blue, it feels good, and I love the way it came out. It's very pretty, very pretty. On to the next one. Let's see, how many more is there? I did this one already. Okay, the Lover's Path. This is another deck. I don't use this one as much. It is a beautiful deck. It has, I think, if you follow the book and you read the story and you understand more, but I don't use it a lot. I feel like it's a very quick reader, and I don't go deep with this, but maybe if I read the book more, I would go deep, but it is beautiful, beautiful deck. I cut the borders. This one is trimmed. It was a larger card. As you can see, it was like this size. So it's not too big, but a little bit bigger. But beautiful cards. Beautiful cards. This is what they look like before I trimmed it. So I trimmed the white borders off. And I kind of saved a little bit of the names on the bottoms here. But I think some of the cards don't have names. I don't know if it's... Oh, no, they do have them. Okay. I didn't realize that. I haven't used this in a while. This is not one that I pull out a lot. It's gorgeous. I bought it to do like readings on relationships, but I don't really, it's very, like when I use this, I just get like a quick thing and that's it. Like I don't go deeper into, you know, it doesn't take me deeper. And maybe if I work with it more, maybe if I understand who the people are, you know, like it's a gorgeous deck and system. And I think you need to read the book to really get the best use out of this deck. So and I haven't really done that. I probably read for a couple of cards the book, but I haven't really read and studied this deck. But what I did with this was I did the similar thing as I did with Oracle of Visions. I did red and orange. So I did every other, I don't know if it was also even numbers and odd numbers. Like I don't know how the system that I use for this, but I did red and orange, and I do love how it came out. I do love how it looks with this. This is a stunning, gorgeous, romantic tarot deck. It's angelic, like it's really beautiful. It's gorgeous. So I should pull this out more, like, but there's other ones too that I have a list of decks that I need to work with. At this point I do have so many, so I kind of use the ones that I kind of go to, and that changes too, but I do have to go back, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful deck, and it comes with this spread, which is pretty nice. I like when they do that. The blue box has that too. The blue Thoth Tarot has that as well. So let's see, the Tarot of Vampyres by Ian Daniels. This just went out of print, I understand. This tarot deck, and I was watching Owl Moon's channel, and she has this deck. If you guys know her, I love her. She has this deck, and she trimmed hers and she edged hers in red, and that's where I got my inspiration from her. This is my heart deck. Like this I connect. It connects to my heart. Like I have my soul deck, and this is my heart deck. I edged it in red, and I really love how it came out. And I did the same thing as I did with the Steampunk Art Nouveau tarot. I edged it in red, and I went a little darker on the corners. I just went a little darker there because I just wanted to have like a little lighter in the middle effect here, and just go over the corners like a little extra. Like I don't know if I did it twice around the whole card and then another 2 more times around the edges. Or maybe even 3 times. And it's a gorgeous deck. I didn't trim it. I like the borders. If I need to, like if I use this and it gets frayed, I don't use it a lot, even though this is my heart deck. I don't use it a lot. I should take it out more often. But this is when I do use this deck speaks to my heart. Like it's a beautiful reader. And this is a great reader for relationships, but it's a great reader for everything. It goes deep, and I love the way the way each card represents the meaning. It gives you, I don't know, it's deep and emotional, and it's like you connect with it on a different level, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful, and it's stunning. And if you love, like, you know, vampires and, you know, goth style, or anything that is like a little dark but beautiful, like, this is it. I mean, the backs are gorgeous, and the red just goes gorgeous. I was thinking of doing it in black, or, you know, but then I said I could do it red, and then if I want to do it in black, I'll do it in black. But I love how the red stands out with the, you know, beautiful rose in the back. So gorgeous deck, gorgeous reader, a beautiful reader. I love this. And the book, the guidebook is amazing. A lot of these decks with their guidebooks are amazing. I have to say, all of them that have guidebooks, they're amazing. But Ciro Marchetti, I don't need the guidebook for his for his decks. They're kind of like magic. They just speak to you. Okay, the next one, I keep it in this, I think I got this from Etsy, one of those shops on Etsy. I keep it in that bag. This is the Bonefire Tarot. I don't have the box for it up here. I do have it stored somewhere else. I trimmed this deck. I mean, this is another big deck, and the cards are like square, and they're large. So for me to use it, because I wanted to use this deck, I had to trim it. And it's gorgeous. It has beautiful art, like tattoo art, I believe. And it's beautiful, it's unique, and it reads really nice. I don't know if she intended to create this deck to read, but I think it reads really well. I don't know if it was just supposed to be like artwork or a collector's thing, but I don't know. I've read that somewhere, and I don't know if that was someone's opinion or if that was like a fact about the artist, but this deck it's gorgeous, and it's readable. It's beautiful, and now I can use it. And what I did was I trimmed it, but it didn't come, you know, even, because this was tricky for me to trim. I did it by hand, and it was tricky for me to trim because if the colors are dark, I went around the front of the card, and I did it with a scissor, and the borders are not. It was hard to see if it was even, because some of the cards have more dark around than others, and when it's dark, it was kind of tricky to see where the border ended. So I kind of like would take one card and put it on top of another one. Like I would take this card and put it on top of here, because this, like, you can't tell, like, is it the border, is it because I think it has black borders, and you can see that it's not perfect because this card on top is a little smaller than the one on the bottom. But and I went around trimming it like that, and I was able to feel the card, you know. And so after I trimmed it, I decided to, I wasn't sure which color, but the purple was really calling out to me, because you can go with any color that's in here, any color. You can even make it multiple colors. The purple was calling me, and I loved how it came out. And I don't think this one transfers. I wonder if this was Crayola. I'm not sure. It doesn't transfer when I use it. And I really love how it looks, like it with the black and white in the backs and the colors. This is a gorgeous deck. I love the Fool in this card. I love this. Oh, it's every card is beautiful, stunning, and talkative. So that is my Bonefire Tarot. And the backs, you know, you can tell because the way I cut it, it kind of cuts off the bottom part of the card. And you can tell I mean, there's a lot going on with the work, so maybe you can't tell so much if it's reversed, like if you read reversals, like if that bothers you. It doesn't bother me, like stuff like that don't bother me about the backs. Like if I just choose to read a card in reverse, I just read it in reverse, and I don't really mind if the back is, you know, if the artwork shows it or not. Like I just take it however I feel. But some people, you know, it depends how you read, you know, and everybody's different. So I think I'm up to the last one, which is my little Aquarian. And look, I made this imperfect. My first time I made a little case. I crocheted a case. The first one I made was horrific, but I I did it again, and it's still not perfect, just like my tarot deck is not perfect. When I modified this Aquarian Tarot, and I have a video on that too. I will link my modification videos. I think I have like 2 of them in the description box below. This one I did by hand, and it is the most uneven. I don't think anyone has modified a deck more uneven than this one. So you can see that, okay? So you see how uneven that is? This is my most uneven deck. And when I do this, like the Justice card, I think, comes out. Oh, now it doesn't want to come out. Yeah, so anyway, it doesn't matter. I trimmed this with a scissor. Don't mind me. I'm just cleaning my cloth. And these cards are beautiful. The Aquarian Tarot, David Palladini. I trimmed the white borders. I didn't really care for the white borders in the back of this card. There's different editions of this with different backs. Some of the back, I think there's one with the back doesn't have the border. I'm not sure. I forgot. And I love the borders were nice. The font is very nice on this deck. But what I really liked was the minor arcana. The minor arcana I love without the borders. Like, I just love the artwork, the way it is. And I think the colors pop. It's so beautiful. And so I decided to trim everything, the titles, the borders. I do want to get another copy of this deck and leave the board, like either the pocket edition, like the pocket size, or I don't know if they have one in a tin, or the box, like just like this one, and have the ones with the borders too, because I do love them. This is a beautiful deck. It's like retro. It is. It reads really well. I connected to this. Like, I couldn't believe how I connect. This is a newer deck that I have, and I don't know why I didn't look at it before, but I trimmed it. Oh, there's my hair. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So I trimmed this deck, and it was not easy for me to trim. This was a nightmare for me. I really should have done it a different way. I took a scissor, and that's how I did it, because that's how I am, stubborn. But and I used a corner rounder. I think I used. Did I use the small or the medium? I don't remember. I used a small. I could have used a small size on that. I think I used a small size. Yeah, I think so. Not sure. If you do this, like, you can always test it on another piece of paper first, and then see if that's the size that you want. Like, test it out on a piece of paper. You can even trace the size and cut it and do like a regular plain piece of paper, cut it, and then see which shape do you like more, the smaller one, the medium, or the large. Because I bought it from Amazon. It has the 3 different sizes, the corner rounders. But this deck was very tricky, because the major arcana I think they're a little bit larger than the minor arcana, the image, like when you're the artwork in the frame of the borders. And so what I did was I cut the minor first, because that was smaller, and then I would put it on the major arcana as best as I could over it, and then cut around it. And I did it as best as I could. So the minor arcana you don't really see the borders, but some of the majors have the borders. But I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. Like this, you can see a little bit. I was trying to fit some of the words in too, so it was like, where was I gonna, fit the words or the artwork? I don't want to lose the artwork. So some of these have, like, there's 1 or 2 cards that, like, the words on the bottom are like really more trimmed off, like a little bit trimmed off, but I do love it. I love how the size of it, that it's smaller. I love that the minor arcana has no it doesn't have a border. I was thinking about edging this, but I kind of like that it's white. Like, I don't want any edging or any color. Like, I don't want to see any color. Like, I like that it's just white like that. And it's beautiful. I love it. I love every card here, and it speaks to me. I've been pulling this one as well, my little imperfect Aquarian Tarot, because I had to touch it. I had to modify it. And as long as it shuffles well, I mean, that's all I care about. So I believe this is it. I think this is the last one. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope to do more videos on my collection. I know it's been a while, so I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please consider subscribing. Please give me a like. That would help me out, my channel. Thank you for watching. Take care.